Can we talk about like how much fun it is as well to go through the group stage? Not only just as fans, but you at home actually get advantages over us when it comes to keeping up to date when we're in the group stage as to what's going on. Because, you know, you talked about the Toxic run earlier on. I'm streaming my matches. I only know what's going on in my lobbies, and I'm turning around and finding out the Toxic's wait. Toxic is 3-0? What is going on here?
Yeah.
Like, we are probably the ones that least in the know during the group stage. Everyone at home, you're way ahead of us. But let's join into this one all together for our second semi-finals.
Yeah, one more spot in the grand final. Nass can make it an all-Morocco affair. TRK can turn it into more Saudi Arabia versus Morocco. There's been a lot of that this tournament so far. It's been mostly Morocco coming out on top. TRK, you know, is trying to show that he's still one of the contenders for best in the world. There was a time last year where he was just considered the best 1v1 player on the planet. Now it's obviously a lot more hotly contested with the rise of Rawas, Moxie, and now Jirali and Nass, and you know, Naupo, all these guys, Zen even, you know, it's so stacked in Europe compared to the TRK kind of separated himself from the pack, but he's still in that group of players, isn't he?
He's definitely won that. I think, you know, everyone always seems to support the players that were at the top when they first started watching ones, and I think TRK is, for a lot of people, that kind of player. You know, same with, you see a lot of love for Khaled for the exact same reason where he was the top guy for a very long time. Nass, on the other hand, trying to represent the next age of 1v1 players. And it's incredible. That age tends to last all of about 3 months, and then we get another set of really high-level players come through.
That's really good defense by TRK with almost no boost at his disposal. No goals yet in the first game. And now Nass has accidentally flipped. TRK's got the opening goal from a Nass mistake as he accidentally flips. He's trying to... Oh no, he didn't even accidentally flip, he just misread TRK. I mean, good outplay there by TRK, but it looked way too easy there. I mean, Nass didn't have too much coverage with his challenging angle.
Felt like Nass was going for a hard read on a play that just did not exist.
Yeah.
And as TRK also didn't know the play that he was getting read on. Happy to just score the open net. Not going to find himself a second. Tried to play that one for pace. Doesn't keep the hold of the car, however. Now Nass's turn. TRK spawn on the far side. Actually went for the 100 boost. Okay.
Yeah, that's a very big misplay there by TRK. I mean, that's just completely open. I don't know what he was thinking to go for this one. But Nass equalizes. We're right back to level. And yeah, both players have kind of given away easy goals early on.
Yeah.
I'm sure that won't be a...
Jirali fans are rejoicing right now.
Yeah, if that's how you play against Jirali in the grand final, you're in a lot of trouble. But I do think, based on what we've seen so far in this tournament from these two, that we will have, you know, a big step up from them both. Oh, it's good. Great touch middle there by Nass. And TRK is going to recover. TRK all about the bursts of speed in Rocket League in general, but especially in 1v1. Nass these days trying to become a more well-rounded player. He's mostly a ground game guy initially, but these days he is exceptionally adaptable.
Both these players just trading the flicks to steal the 100 boost. Nass comes out better for him. Gets to keep the play going. TRK, huge read. Gets the ball, gets the boost. How much does he want to commit to this? It seems pretty heavily. And Nass had to go and just stop that at the source. Zero boost, however, fakes it out, and TRK is going to start playing this from his own back corner.
TRK putting a lot of pressure on Nass. Nass fights back with some of his own, though. A lot of these fake challenges from TRK are causing Nass to think twice about closing the distance. TRK threatening a shot to the top right here, delays it, and doesn't land all that well. Nass could just strike this first time, which he does, but TRK doesn't need to worry about it. It's off target, and he actually calls the bluff on Nass's rebounds. Now sends a difficult save towards him. Look at the recovery of Nass, though. So quick back to the ball. TRK equally fast, in fact, beats him to it.
Not going to fall for the trap of going for that 100 boost. Both of them leave it. TRK can't actually see Nass's car, and that meant he didn't want to go for the cut. Instead, plays for the low challenge. TRK, a little bit of caution went a long way.
That's a very safe outplay there by TRK. Fake the shot, just let the ball roll a bit further, went around Nass instead. And even if Nass does adjust and hit the ball, TRK was right behind it, so a good chance he's winning a 50-50 should one occur. Very safe outplay there by TRK. As Nass goes flying right past the ball. Now TRK with more possession in what is a very low-scoring game.
Nass again fakes out the challenge, but he does put himself into a nice spot. Just faking it, gave him the options to play afterward.
Okay.
And he's crushed the challenge. Got this to 2 each.
Yeah, TRK just took too long to make his mind up there. He couldn't decide whether he wanted to shoot that one or decide if he wants to low 50 it before he could actually put himself in a position to threaten anything. Nass is already on top of him. Another tie game. Not the decisiveness that we expect to see from TRK. Now Nass with a chance to go up off the wall. He's got the ceiling reset. Control off the ball, but see TRK again, so fast with those early challenges. Anytime someone's in the air, it feels like TRK just teleports straight to them.
Well, this time he's going to be forced to let Nass play it. Oh, trip up, and actually it's a bit of a receipt from a TRK. 12 boost. Realizes that maybe not worth sticking around too much. Into the back corner, and again, TRK just launches himself for it, and he's going to have the better recovery. Nass was not ready for it, but TRK has had this play all throughout the tournament.
Yeah, great wall challenge angle there from TRK. Notice how he jumped off the wall and then flipped back towards the wall to get a smooth recovery after challenging Nass's touch. And the other advantage with doing that is that he's blocking the natural takeoff pattern for a wall to air dribble. So TRK with great coverage. Nass trying to go for the equalizer. Oh, he's hit the inside of the post. Can he get back to this one? He's going to get another chance at it, but TRK's all over him. Boost advantage paying dividends here. Nass still creating an opening. What a 50-50 by Nass to center the ball to himself again. And this time, he does have a shooting angle.
Yeah, Nass did great just to not jump too high for it. Allowed himself to just get crushed back into the floor. And that means that the recovery's nice and fast. Ball can bounce over to him, and that is 3 each. 29 seconds left. And a better recovery there for Nass. A little bit of a helping hand as well. Going to go to the air. TRK fakes the original jump. He's actually a little bit out of position now. And that left him open for the bump.
He nearly had that one. TRK hitting the ball into both posts on its way in, but Nass with the air dribble bump to go 1 goal up by the 17 seconds left. He did such a good job to sit on top of TRK there. Denied the save until the very, very last second. TRK about to be trailing. Unless he can get his hands on the ball, he might be losing by 2 goals here. Indeed he is. It's Nass with the late surge to take control and now have game 1 essentially in the bag.
Oh, that late swerve there from Nass. Felt like he had a good read on where TRK wanted to play that kickoff. Pushed it through to the weak side, and that is the 2-goal lead. TRK now needs 2 kickoffs. This one at least has to go in with some time on the clock. TRK knows it couldn't go off the wall. That would have taken too long. So does getting the first shot stopped. And that's time up.
Yeah, he just didn't go for it. So, I mean, absolutely no chance of winning the game there. TRK going to lose by 3 as Nass scores off the back of his challenge. And, you know, at 12 seconds left, it's not likely that you're going to get the comeback. But I'm still very surprised to see TRK's hesitation there for a long time. There's not making plays. He's just faking, just wiggling behind the ball. A whole lot of time that he gets it. Now remember guys, if you are just tuning in for the first time, or if you haven't yet done so, use !TNR in Twitch chat if you want to check out the nextrank.com. The links are in the descriptions as well. So you can sign up for the 15% discount, pre-release of the Rocket League course coming soon, brought to you by myself and apparently Jack. And you'll also get exclusive access to videos that we've been recording in the meantime for anyone on the email list. We've got, I think, 5 videos out now, 6 coming later this week, and then 7 next week. There's just going to be a ton of content available to anyone who signs up early to thenextrank.com. So yeah, free to sign up. The course should be coming in full, probably at the start of the new year. But TRK currently trailing 1-0. If you do remember game 1, which was, I think, quite a while ago now, Nass came back from behind to win it and take the lead and continue the run for Morocco. That has been a huge success so far this weekend.
Right, so game number 2 officially underway. I was not aware that Salt Mine meant us included there, Johnny, but we are into it.
It's essential. It's part of the brand. If you guys are tuning in for Salt when you watch Salt Mine, then you're coming to the wrong place. But we're hopefully going to be the only salty players. I don't wish Salt upon the players, believe it or not. Nass Nass is in a good position here. He's got TRK. Yeah, TRK has to be played. Low boost for TRK there. Had to concede possession. It's a scary dribble setup by Nass, but the pop actually loses control and he just rolls with it anyway. Well, if he had any mind of flicking that one, he had to think again after it popped so far off his car. No problem. Nass just goes straight through TRK with the low 50.
On TRK's POV as well, you could see the moment that he was thinking, okay, the flick's coming in now, and it just never happened. Eventually, the block angle did open up. So, great job having that plan B open and available. Now on the reset. Oh, he's still got it and gets the extra touch. Nass up and running here.
Yeah, Nass, he's just a complete player these days. Gone are the days where he would have taken this in field and not had the confidence in his aerial game. He just plays for it. And that second touch after the reset completely took it away from TRK. And, you know, we do have to mention the only guy who's handed a loss to Drally so far this event is Nass in the group stage.
Okay, realizing that wasn't going to work too well for him. Flick very likely could have been stopped and encountered. So up we go. Trying to eat into that 2-goal lead. And we did see Nass actually jump early on, but that one's off the post. TRK's recovery's very solid. We saw how dangerous those sort of plays can be earlier on, Johnny, from Rawas, where he could not get that kind of recovery. That's actually just open for him.
Beautiful. Clinical by Nass, 3-0. He has stopped TRK every chance of asking, and now a perfect 50-50 again. Look how he's manipulating all these 50-50s into his favor. He's letting TRK hit the ball into him, deflecting it in a preferable direction, and then slotting shots with confidence.
Once again, I feel coming out pretty well from the kickoff. And good with just car positioning after the kickoff's actually finished. So back corner. Still no goals on the board just yet here for TRK. Pinch attempt. Not quite going to work. I do at least appreciate the effort. Well, that's actually popped over the top, and that's a huge opportunity. And that is more than enough power on the shot.
Yeah, great finish by TRK. He is on the board in game 2. Just a really nice first touch. Looks like Nass wasn't expecting it. He read a soft touch there from TRK. TRK has been keeping the ball close to himself for most of this series so far. I think it's good for TRK to play a couple of heavy touches and actually hit the ball earlier in his plays just to back Nass up. I think Nass in the first game was just starting to get a read better and better as the series went on. He's got an open net here. That's a big mistouch by TRK. And Nass has completely missed the open net. Now TRK's potentially got a goal the other way. Well, that was a huge mistake by Nass. He could have been ahead by 3.
TRK just put that hook shot straight down the middle. Would have wanted to at least find the top corner. As another low challenge. That one doesn't work. Boost didn't spawn, however, for Nass, so he's going to go far side. There's this boost that he wants. TRK fakes out an early challenge. That second touch from Nass didn't work. That's taken the play away from him. And it was all about just making sure that he was not open to the counter.
Yeah, nice vision by Nass there. Just turning ball cam off for a second there in the air. His flick goes off the inside of the post, and he does turn accordingly. Nass playing a great possession game right now, limiting TRK's opportunities, and he's making TRK look second best with 50-50s, which is rarely the case when TRK's on the pitch. And now he's got another open net for himself. This one he's taking his time with, and it is 4-1 Nass, as he completely controls TRK once again.
Yeah, TRK played that with about 20 boosts to his name, and he's just stopped the car completely. I mean, there was really, as long as Nass has got more boost, Nass is winning that outright and is going to score. So I'm not entirely sure what TRK was trying to play for as the end game there. Nass is going to stick with it. That's a bit of a mistouch though, and now TRK counters, and that is a very, very easy goal to give up.
Yeah, very surprising as well, given the fact that Nass has the 3-goal lead at that point. I mean, to play the ball across the box is usually quite safe, but to miss-hit it that badly is definitely a surprise. Both these guys clearly feeling the pressure of the situation. They're on their last life in the tournament, looking for the grand final spot against Drally. overall, Nass does seem to be in control of this, but it's not been a clean series so far. It's had a lot of mistakes. This is perfectly done by Nass, so oh, that's absolutely beautiful. He heard TRK coming. You could even see the angle, and he pitches it to himself off the curve.
I just love the use of the audio cue. That was absolutely fantastic. There's only one thing he can be doing. There was also a little bit of a glimpse on Nass's camera as to what TRK was trying to do. But you still got to actually hit the pinch, and that can be so difficult. Not exactly what he needed. So 3-goal lead reestablished. A minute and a half left on the clock.
It's extremely rare to see TRK being outmatched in the control game. You know, he's such a scary player on and off the ball, but Nass is fearless. He's reading every move he makes, and he's scored again. It's now 6-2. I mean, TRK again just not really doing too much, not really threatening too much. Nass takes it away from him and beats him to the follow-up. This is a dominant display overall. Yes, he's made a couple of mistakes here and there, but overall, Nass has been clear of TRK.
What gets me out about that last goal, Johnny, is it just looks like TRK's rhythm is completely off, because he can turn in for that challenge at any time he wants to, and instead it was just far too late. He kind of just was not even available for that play at all. So 4-goal lead, 1 minute left. It's about to be a 3. Nass has an argument with the post.
Will TRK go for it? Well, he's got to go all in, I feel, to actually have a chance. None of these fakes are really working against Nass. He's got enough boost to make this one work, though. But that's the TRK special. Double fake, flip reset fake, fake shot, and then eventually the 50-50 to score.
Yeah, TRK did a fantastic job just to stay relevant that entire time. Well, these goals need to be coming in pretty quickly, and we might see a moment in about 30 seconds' time where that play is just not the option anymore. It's a good kickoff, cuts the ball inwards. Nass spotted it incredibly quickly, but did he actually get bounced off the ball? That 100's gone against him. TRK choosing better of cutting back inwards, and that's such a good angle now to play with. Stole the 100. The second touch, though, from TRK, completely letting the play down.
Yeah, he's hesitating on a lot of his plays. TRK with the full pitch air dribble, great takeoff. He's got the early reset to keep Nass back, and he does go over the flick, doubles it in as well. Okay, that's confidence. We've been waiting for him to pull the trigger, and he does it with emphatic fashion.
Bro brought out the bazooka for this one. What a hit!
Now we've got a series, and game 2 is winnable. 23 seconds to go. TRK's got the ball again. He was so quiet, and now he's burst into life at the closing stages. Air dribble, saved by Nass.
This is a completely different TRK, though. He's going to have to try and ball chase this a little bit. Nass just gave him the ball. He's going to let him have a chance at this. Sets up the angle. Nass jumps so early. Time on the clock. TRK, what can you do from the kickoff?
Well worked by TRK again. That fake shot was convincing. This is so much better from him. He's actually giving Nass something to be scared of. And if he can get another kickoff possession, this is playable. He doesn't need to get direct goal. There is time to get this one up into the air.
I'll just get it anyway. Goes for the extra 12. Nass already up. Oh, he's ready.
Oh my goodness.
Nass not going to get there. 0 seconds. TRK sends us to overtime.
Oh, it looked like Nass had the option of faking this one, but he's passed it straight to TRK. He was in between a boomer and leaving it completely. And TRK ties the game, and he's winning kickoffs consecutively here. Can he keep it up?
Well, it's been a ridiculously scripted day. We're only in match 2. This is to tie up the series. TRK, reset, gonna leave it, and it's off the post.
Nass might have the demo. TRK jumped over it, but he lost all his momentum. It's Nass, surely. Has he scored it? Yes, he has. But TRK was forced to lose all his momentum or his car. I think he chose wisely to jump there, but Nass had too much pace. This save on TRK's aerial play proved to be sufficient.
Nass just wanted the content. Made it a bit interesting towards the very end. And now, not only has he provided content, he's got himself a 2-game lead in this series. But all joking aside, wow, he had to work for that.
Yeah, just out of nowhere. It looked like a pretty, pitiful game by TRK's usual high standards. But then all of a sudden, he just came to life at the end. He started to look dangerous on the ball like he usually does. He started to score with the majority of his attacks. And he did go for it in overtime as well. I mean, I'm glad that we're seeing him, if he is going to lose, go out on his own shield here. He's not just sitting behind the ball and hoping Nass outplays himself. TRK has given Nass things to worry about now, and not least the kickoff. He's had a ton of kickoff wins there at the end of the game. So, he's down 2-0, but momentum was heavily in his favor at the end of that second game.
And it's something that the best of 7 actually gives you a little bit of leeway with, where these games can be going very badly for you. But if you have a spell like that, where just everything's going your way, you've had to change up your entire gameplay style because, well, you're so far back, it doesn't really make any difference. You have to go for it. And TRK now might have seen those goals that he's got at the end of this game and just gone, okay, I'm onto something here. Let's use that in game number 3.
Yeah, and it really is just about being decisive. It's about making Nass worry about the plays that are coming towards him, and he's definitely going to be fearing this one. It's a 50-50. Oh, well controlled by Nass, not to hit the ball back into TRK. Look how quickly he's back in the ball. Nass leads again. TRK had a good chance. He went for the aerial play. The recovery after the fact was just a bit too slow.
Yeah, I wonder what happened to TRK's car when he landed, because all momentum just ceased to exist for him. Couldn't get anything back afterwards, and Nass has got his second goal in a row. And that looks like it's going to be the third? No, not quite. Chooses to maybe not take a shot that TRK can react to. Becomes a bit of a fight now for the 100 boost. Nass does win it. Does get bumped for his troubles, however. And TRK's got rid of the car as well. Well, I don't know how he generated the speed for that, but he's got it anyway.
Oh, that was, a Nass advantage, really. He got a bit too close to the danger area, though. Put himself right in front of the direction TRK was already committed to dodging. So, maybe a misplay there by Nass. But well worked by TRK. Kept himself active on the ball, even though Nass had the boost advantage. And now he's got the bump and the kickoff goal to go up 2-1. TRK bringing the pressure at the end of the last game and now at the start of this one.
Let's give him a little push out of the way for that. This one's mine. I'm scoring it. So TRK has the lead. Now what can he do with it? And how does Nass respond? I imagine a question to find out if this was 3.5 minutes later into the game. Now Nass can continue to play his game. And with 14 boost. Oh, doesn't get the bump. Pops all over the top of TRK. Wanted to try and find the trip.
They're just playing bumper cars right now. They're looking for each other in these awkward scenarios. TRK up early to clear the danger. Nass taking every boost here. I think, yeah, he even took the small pad away from TRK there. Did lose the ball briefly. TRK gives it right back to him. That's a better challenge, though, by TRK. Safely contesting and now blocking the pinch shot from midfield as well.
So we've seen a lot of midfield challenges. TRK happy to continue playing that. Good second touch actually from Nass, because it now can't drop in front of his goal. Oh, he wants to go next, and he actually has, with a little bit of an assist.
Well, that is high pressure play there from TRK, wasting no time about getting that ball into the middle. Nass is trying to recover, get goal side, but he ended up on the complete wrong side of the ball. And there's nothing he could do, nowhere to go. TRK accepts the next goal. He's up by 2. TRK's recovery is going to be slow here, though, but Nass has boomed the bar. Well, that was open, and he missed it by a fair margin. Oh my goodness, TRK's patience. How did he stay so calm when the ball was bouncing down on his goal like that?
TRK wanted to see if he could bait Nass towards the 100 boost in the corner. Instead, does win it in the backfield anyway, and he's found the angle. Well, that was a massive ass there for TRK, but as long as he hits the target, there is no way for Nass to get back.
And again, it does look like TRK's turned this series around. Nearly won the last game with a crazy comeback late on, and now he's running away with game 3. Nass might be 2-0 up, but it looks like it's TRK who now has control.
Has control of the series, has control of the ball. Oh, good touch there from Nass. But TRK does not commit heavily enough for him to be able to turn that one back around. Both have been cautious about the all-in. He's found him. Oh, that is unbelievable. How has he spotted that play?
Unreal from Nass. TRK credits him. The pogo shot from inside his own half to counter TRK's challenge. TRK was timing that challenge exactly as the ball bounces on the ground, but the ball didn't bounce on the ground. It bounces on Nass's car, and he's within 2. That's spectacular by Nass. Completely outplayed TRK.
There's a way you might be able to get back into this. TRK on the recovery, not going to find a shooting angle. Off the wall, TRK sticking with, off the ceiling, but doesn't line up quite. Still 2 minutes left in this game. Nass just looking for the chance. TRK reset and doesn't have the ball bounce into him.
Yeah, it looked like he was a bit afraid of hitting that one into Nass. Instead, just played for the recovery. Nass hits the ball into the crossbar. He's lining up for a turn and shot, but TRK closes the distance before he can think about it. Well, Nass had maybe a chance of going reverse into that one, but no time to turn. TRK easily rolls right through him with the momentum and the boost advantage.
I think hesitation can be a great way to describe both these players throughout this series. Just the obvious play is there, the one that you've been setting up for, and neither of them ever usually want to be going for it. More happy to settle for low challenges. Oh my goodness. What a stop. And yeah, that is a rightful what a save. But can you get another one? Early jump. TRK loses out on it. Is he going to be able to get back in time? Not quite.
And he waits with the thanks. A very tense situation there. Nass credits TRK's save, but TRK was so busy trying to get back into position for more plays, he didn't even have time to thank Nass until a long time later. As well slotted there by Nass to nullify TRK's attempt to clear the ball, but TRK is still gaining the majority of these kickoff possessions. He's really taking his time here, letting the ball bounce lower so he has more control of the takeoff. So fake by TRK, another fake by TRK, and Nass has recovered well. My goodness, just when it looked like TRK has gone through him with his favorite aerial move. Nass forced one more shot, but this shot is good. TRK up by 3 again. Just completely called Nass's bluff on that turnaround. Nass didn't want to flip into that one.
Yeah, it's one of those positions that I feel for Nass of you've got to commit to something now, because you can see him just hooking across. That is an angle that Nass would have seen. It wouldn't have been a massive shock to him that the play was coming forwards, and yet still went low on the challenge without jumping or anything. Sees the ball go flying over the top, and now it's a 3-goal advantage. 12 boost to try and change that. Oh, and he goes low. TRK read a massive flick. Never happened.
Yeah, TRK's choice of jump here was to cover the top corner. He really did expect Nass to be flicking that one towards that top left corner, but instead Nass just goes low, and there's no way for TRK to get back to the ball there. He was fully committed to top corner save, and now Nass with a kickoff goal brings it within 1. All that momentum TRK had at the end of game 2, the start of game 3, seemingly gone. Nass already up 2 games this series. This could be crushing if he comes back to win this one.
So what we're learning is no lead is safe heading into that final minute. TRK has seen it thrown away almost. Nass did in the last game. Oh, what a touch there from TRK. He can actually chase up. It's unchallenged until the later on, and what a spot. That is so good to both get the angle on the car and also spot Nass diving in.
Yeah, perfect timing there by TRK. He had just had an ideal read on when Nass would turn, had the flick ready. So important that you've got that flick prepared at all times, so you can flick when you think your opponent's challenging. Strong kickoff by TRK. Could put this game beyond all doubt, but Nass takes his time. Really good job controlling that shot, and now gives himself an excellent opportunity to come back within 1 with the flip reset, the fake, but it's into the post.
I don't actually know if he got the reset. It looked like he caught it with the side of the car a little bit too much. Oh, now TRK up. Going to try and probably set up for a challenge. Does exactly that. Don't want to commit too hard. You always want that recovery on, so you can burn even more time off the clock and secure yourself that first game victory of the series. TRK gonna make Nass fight for this.
Yes, the comeback that I think all the neutrals, I'm sure there are many of you, we're hoping for. TRK not done yet, and when you consider just how close game 2 was, we could be going the distance again here, because TRK does seem to have a good bit of momentum at his disposal right now. Nass capable of fighting back as well. I think that's what we've learned here. We didn't really know what he would do from behind with the earlier 2 games. He just had such strong leads in both of them. But now we do know Nass has got that explosive ability. He's got the ability to force the issue. That, like I said, means that no lead is safe in this matchup.
It has been very, very fun. Little chess battle that we've seen between these two. Not really going for, the high mechanical outplays. It's been just showing I can go for the high mechanical outplays. Are you going to jump for it? And more often than not, it has just been probably going to just go for the challenge. Just play it a little bit safer. I'm curious to see if TRK will go back into that bag of tricks yet again at some point and just be a little bit more chasey on the ball, be a little bit more aggressive with the outplays. Because I think, they're both happy to play this series. They're both playing very similar styles. But I think TRK can make Nass a little uncomfortable if he was to switch it up. Yeah,
that's when TRK is at his best, when he's making those aggressive plays. I think he's one of the most well-rounded players in 1v1, always has been. He doesn't really have any glaring weaknesses in his game. But I think TRK at his best is that when TRK is decisive, when he's confident with his plays. The only times he has looked vulnerable in the past is when he's holding back on every single flip reset that he's got, when he's not comfortable using any of them. And TRK might have just DC'd here. Oh, that's respect by Nass. He had a wide open net there on TRK's controller DC. Nass didn't want it. He wants to play this one out against TRK, who is there to defend his shots. Will he be rewarded for it? Yes, he will. Karma comes back around. A respectful display by Nass and a clinical display on the following shot.
Yeah, good read on the disconnect. I didn't quite get that.
It looked like a controller DC. He's kind of just slid up the wall.
I'm used to the disconnect being, all right, you're just going to keep going. That was just an outright stop.
Oh, he's happened again here. Well, TRK looks like he might have some kind of controller issue, because that's another, seemingly DC. Nass has every right to just play on here. There is no rule against just playing for the goal that's right in front of you. It's not something we can track in a community tournament, whether a DC is a controller issue or a hardware issue or a server issue or an internet issue. So to completely discourage any fake DCs. What's happening here for TRK though?
Naywers has also lost connection.
Oh, Naywers has lost connection.
All right, I did tell you, Johnny, that this tournament's got pretty goofy around me over the last few weeks. This is both goofy and wild.
He's not really verbally, he's not saying anything, so I'm going to proactively pause here, because clearly he's got an issue that's consecutive. I don't know why he's not said anything. Go 2-1. I don't know what that even means.
Where did the 2-1 come from?
2-1? What is that? What does 2-1 mean?
Well, I'm assuming a scoreline, but...
does he think he scored a goal?
Maybe Siri? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure what 2-1 means, but all I do know is that TRK clearly has an issue. He didn't say anything. I don't know if he's good to go, though. I'm just going to ask. We can find out from the man himself, hopefully, if he's good to go to continue playing here. No problem. Let me just unpause this and see. I'm going to pause this again, though, because that's not a full kickoff. We're going to have to go. Yeah, he's clearly not ready. What is happening here at TRK?
We get Naywers back yet.
He said no problem, and then he couldn't move. I think TRK's got some kind of issue here that even he doesn't know about. Okay, we're asking him again if he's ready. He says no problem. Let's just see. Will TRK move in the kickoff? He said three plays in a row now where he's not moved. Okay, that looks good.
If there was ever a time to bring out a fake kickoff just to really put it
I'm going to be honest, if he did it again, I wasn't going to pause, because we can only give so many chances for a player to get a pause without them asking for it. And they are supposed to ask for a pause if they want one. But obviously, when a DC happens, sometimes it's impossible for a player to ask for a pause because they have disconnected. So, we will have some cases where we pause before they say anything. Well, regardless, TRK's position is significantly worse, and it might be about to get even worse as Nass completely shuts down his aerial play and makes it 5-0 in a minute. Even if we discount all those or don't count all those goals that came while TRK wasn't able to play to his full potential. Nass has scored again, and he scored 3 goals past TRK completely in the game.
Yeah, Nass is doing exactly what you've got to do in these kind of situations. It's kind of the unspoken part about being a pro. Everyone thinks being a pro is just going in, playing your best.
Wow.
Wow. Going in, playing your best, Rocket League on the day, but things get strange sometimes that are just outside of your control.
I mean,
Nass, he's just doing what he has to do.
That's one of the most bizarre games I've ever seen. I mean, TRK obviously had some kind of issue here, either controller issue or internet. We're not sure.
Good luck to the statisticians with that one.
But yeah, pretty dominant performance in field control there, but don't think the ball was really in Nass's half of the pitch all that often.
20% is off the kickoff.
Yeah, that's 3-1 though. I mean, regardless of how it's happened, Nass has 3 match points. He is now the massive favorite, or the massive favorite to advance. But TRK, he's got to, hopefully fix whatever issue he's got here. If it looked like a controller issue, because I didn't see any ping spikes when I did check the scoreboard. But he didn't say anything either. I mean, to let you guys who aren't familiar with how the pause rules work, when a team or a player need a pause, they have to type pause in chat. Now in 1v1 that doesn't always work because you're the only player in your team, of course. So we do proactively pause when there's obviously a DC like that. But since we have no way of verifying the cause of a DC or anything similar to that, the rule is to play on. Nass didn't need to leave that ball on the initial TRK DC. He would have been well within his right to take a goal. But he didn't. He did that purely out of respect for his opponent. But after he'd given TRK 1, I think after that he's like, okay, fair, that's enough. That's all you're getting. I'm just going to start scoring now because what's going on?
I'm not scoring this one whilst you call for the pause, and then you haven't called for the pause. I guess I'm playing then.
Yeah, because what is Nass supposed to do? Just dribble the ball around the pitch while TRK continually stops moving? I think clearly that was his game. TRK has had some issue. We don't want that for anyone in the tournament, but. It is up to the players to, make sure that they've got all of the setup that they need in order to play at the highest level. TRK might be back with a vengeance here. Definitely moving now. Oh, Nass is actually able to save this though. Oh wow, just when it looked like TRK was going to have a 1-goal lead, Nass gets back.
What's important now for TRK is just getting back into the mindset of playing this series. A goal here would so help, but on the second occasion, it's not going to happen. 0-0. 1 minute into this. TRK now looking for the dish. Doesn't find it. So now 3 that have come close. None of them have gone in. Low challenge not going to work either.
Yeah, very tense game here. Final life for TRK. Nass has been the more consistent of the 2 players throughout the series so far. TRK with a reset. Dunk goes wide and Nass recovers the better of the 2 players once again. He's immediately looking to cross over and create an angle that TRK is worried about. TRK closes that angle very quickly. Now sets up a shot of his own. He is up by 1. TRK not done yet.
That's a great delay as well from TRK. He thought about jumping, knew that Nass was going to at least try to get the bump on him. So let's just turn inwards a little bit, let Nass jump past, and then on the second attempt, we'll take that shot, get that 1-goal lead. Good recovery there. Nass is going to have a good chance to try and tie this up pretty quickly. TRK with a turn in. Not going to work.
TRK wants to throw himself into these challenges. He's creating a ton of force into the ball there, but Nass is steering it in a favorable direction every time. Just leaning to perfectly pop it into the sidewall and then meet it in the middle. TRK's got to be careful not to walk straight into these traps because Nass has done that quite often in the series.
TRK off the kickoff. Sees it actually go past him, and that is incredibly weak goal to give up. Put the ball on the hood, and Nass was happy to take the golf shot off the tee.
Yeah, TRK expected Nass to back down. Nass not interested in doing so. Just dives right in, makes it 2-1. He is completely running away with this. It's very hard to know exactly, Nass's level relative to Drally, who's waiting in the final for the winner of this match. But, oh my goodness, TRK is not quite out of the running just yet. These goals are impressive. Just a boom to the backboard. He did that while dodging to the right to position himself for the follow-up rebound.
And Nass on defense just didn't expect it. He wanted to go for the 100 boost, expected maybe a wall play or something else from TRK. But as soon as he saw the power, realized, oh, this one's over for me. So 2 each. TRK bouncing back well here. Nass recovers. Going infield. That 100, I don't think spawned yet. It just has. So both of them going to be running a bit low. And both of them just a quick pause to go and get a hold of the 100s each.
Yeah, TRK continuing to dive into these challenges. He has dispossessed Nass in the long run here without having to defend in his own half. And he's straight up into the air from distance. Not the takeoff he wanted though, because Nass had the easiest entry for the challenge. Perfect timing. Completely stops TRK before you can even think about using the flip reset.
Yeah, that's one of the problems when you get that reset so low to the ground. It can be a little bit tempting for the defender just to dive at you. Exactly what happened to TRK. I would like to have just used that probably wall floor dash.
Oh, he's stolen it. It looked like it was going to be TRK's boost, but Nass has got it. Wow. Nass has got an open net as well. Actually, oh, he's got it.
Oh, it's happened in the most tilting way it could have possibly happened.
I mean, that was not the power of the first shot that Nass wanted. He completely scuffed it, but TRK didn't dodge into the ball. He just drove into it, and he chipped it into Nass, who's got the goal anyway.
2 goals to the better, 2 minutes left. TRK, he's got to go to work here. That's already on the trek back. Realizes that TRK was going to turn and not demoed for his troubles. TRK, though, does at least lay claim to the ball. It's a good angle, actually, for him. Does he want to take the first-time shot? No. He's not got any sight, so he has to go for the flick. Did it blind. Did it perfectly.
And this time, TRK does read the fake challenge of Nass. He keeps his composure, lines up the flick, and hits it directly past Nass as he jumps. And TRK is very much still in this. Got to remember, game 2 was on a knife edge. The last game, you know, we're never going to know how that one really would have gone. TRK pretty much ended up in a losing position from technical issues. So the series is a lot closer than it looks, and TRK is within 1. Double mind game, and an effective one at that. Nass made to look silly. TRK ties the game.
Well, we now know what a Rocket League car looks like when it's turned into a pretzel. Nass just got twisted every which way. That is unreal. TRK right back into it.
It's crazy that he's able to do this so much. He's known for his double mind games. Fakes the flip reset, fakes the shot on the bounce. But still it works out because he's so convincing the entire way. It looks like he really could be going for it at every stage of that play. And Nass did not get the read right this time. The good news is if you are going to get the read right, you just have to go. You just have to actually play the ball and ignore what TRK is doing behind it. TRK flicking the ball into his own back corner there. Nass is the one who's mind gaming, but he hits the ball right into TRK's pre-jump. Still has the recovery though, and he's still in a great position. Nass playing for possession as we approach the final minute.
Nass is gonna go big for this. Reset! Oh, he got it at the last minute! And instantly used it to guide the ball past the defender.
Perfection from Nass. TRK jumped and Nass had to get the flip reset and use it while TRK was already on his way to the challenge. No problem for the Moroccan. Morocco continuing to dominate. Stage 2, Salt Mine 3 EU. It's becoming Salt Mine 3 Morocco at this stage. And Nass will be up by 2 goals, or will he? No, he's hit the post. What?
I don't know what. I leaned sideways in my chair just to see if I could get a better angle. That's not how visuals work.
How has Nass missed that one? That is bizarre. He had so much time, so much of the goal to aim at, and now TRK's got control, going for the tie game, and he gets it. I don't believe what I'm seeing. This is easily one of the most bizarre 1v1 series. We had an all-time great, and now we've got an all-time question mark, but TRK is still in it.
And Nass did this last time as well. He had the 3-goal lead and then just sort of gave it up. This one, oh, what is...
Oh, he's such a...
What? He's just... What?
I mean, TRK looks like he's disconnected again and again. It's not the time that you want that to be happening.
It's an all-timer for all the wrong reasons.
I want to remind everybody, Nass has no requirement to, give a goal back here. He can take that one. He's 31 seconds away from advancing to the grand final, and he fakes the kickoff to get into midfield play. This is so smart for Nass. In a volatile game, in a volatile series, he's finally taking control. Can he go up by 2 and send TRK out in 3rd, 4th place? TRK's challenge is a good one though. He might have a shot on an open net here. Takes his time, still has a good spot, and he flicks it in to tie the game.
Of course, we're sending this one to the last few moments. What a flick it was. Just had a slight visual angle on where Nass was jumping to, and as long as TRK could get the lift, then it was going to go in. 12 seconds.
Come on, TRK. Yes, he's speed flipped.
And he's done the second flip as well.
Full connection for TRK's controller. He is going to be playing in the final few seconds, but I think Nass has
run away.
Oh, TRK got it. He committed heavy to it. And Nass can get us into overtime here, and he does. It's overtime, game 5.
TRK has, it was a delayed kickoff there from Nass. 100 boost goes to Nass as well. So TRK needs to not get demoed, and he has.
GG's.
And that will be the slow trickle into the net. Nass is through to the grand finals.
Well, it's a bizarre series, but Nass, the deserved victor at the end of it all. You know, he got some goals against TRK when TRK is visibly out of the game, but he also had his fair share of outplays to send him into the grand final with a 4-1 final score. You know, a lot of people are asking, and I'll say again, because I know this is obviously a contentious topic. If you're wondering why we're not pausing when TRK slides out of position there after, you know, single jumping on the kickoff, is because that would encourage players, if they mess up their kickoff, to just let go of their controller and pretend that they're DC'd. So we can't do that. We're not going to pause proactively in those positions. We have no way as a community tournament to verify the cause or the validity of a controller DC or an internet DC. So we will not be doing that. But yeah, it's not the way we want to see Nass win, of course. But I think Nass, regardless, has been a deserved grand finalist this entire tournament. He's the only player who's taken down Drally in the stage 2, and now he's got a chance to do it again in the grand final.
And if you were to ask me how good he's looking going into that, I would have absolutely no way of answering that question. I'm kind of just baffled by the entire series I just witnessed. But that is massive as well for Nass's entire, well, tournament. Not just this one, but also the overall points. This was all about leapfrogging a few names over there. And Nass has got the extra 3 points for winning this round.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, obviously it's not going to be a satisfying exit for TRK, but there were some brilliant plays in the post-series highlights. Nass had some great moments, and really for me, controlled the 50-50 so well. He controlled TRK's aggression extremely well, and he had TRK second-guessing himself several times. Be sure, guys, if you haven't already, use !Chalked in the Twitch chat, or scroll down to the YouTube description if you want to get the links for Chalkcast. We've got dozens of bonus episodes on Patreon for you guys if you're interested in more Rocket League content in the off-season. And you can also join the Discord, join the community if you want to check that out as well. But yeah, that's going to be the grand final confirmed then. It's Morocco's tournament. Drally and Nass on top, and TRK and Rawas have to settle for 3rd, 4th. Ben, do we have the final or the updated overall points at the moment? Looks like we do. So let's see if we can, well, we'll see where that puts Nass. He's going to be skyrocketing up the leaderboard alongside Drally. They both came into this stage outside the top 8. Now they're both fighting for top 4. So
they're actually going to, one is going to kick the other one out after this next round.
Yeah, they're fighting for top 4 really directly against each other here. One of them in, one of them out at the conclusion of the grand final. Guys, we're behind schedule, of course, with the delays here, but we're going to get the next match, the grand final, started for you guys as soon as we can. We're going to be coming back after the break with Drally versus Nass and decide who will be the champion of Stage 2 for Saltmine 3 EU. You're not going to want to miss it.